the vocabulary and the techniques are letting them do things they never would have been able to do without that.
Hello, and welcome to the Arts of Language podcast with Andrew Pudewa, founder of the Institute for Excellence in Writing, or as many like to say, IEW. My name is Julie Walker, and I'm honored to serve Andrew and IEW as the Chief Marketing Officer. Our goal is to equip teachers and teaching parents with methods and materials which will aid them in training their students to become confident and competent communicators and thinkers. So, Andrew, you are paging through a file folder of all kinds of mail that you've received over the last few months. And so we're calling this our mailbag episode. So you have some things to read. I have some emails to read, and I thought we could alternate. And basically, this is an opportunity, kind of in a weird, awkward way, but not really, just people thanking us for this great work that we're doing here at IEW. So it feels a little self-promoting, but I think it's fun.
Yeah, if people don't want to hear this, they don't have to.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed, obviously receiving letters.
Yes. And these are actual snail mail letters that you've gotten from students.
Yeah, these are all, they came in an envelope with a stamp. Mm-hmm. And, I kind of unleashed a problem on myself by putting into some of the SSS courses this idea, the assignment is to write a letter to someone.
Yes. And
I think it was the B course where I wrote a letter to them.
Yes.
The students in the class. Mm-hmm. And
that letter we've included in the curriculum, of course.
Yes.
So you didn't just write it to the handful of students that were there, 2 hands full, but to every student who is taking the Structure and Style for Students Year 1 Level B.
Well, and I think all of these kids who did this course and did that lesson felt connected. I mean, they felt a connection with me.
Yeah.
But they got the idea, for the assignment then, I'll write a letter to Andrew Pudewa.
And now that we're doing this podcast, maybe that many more students will, we could write to Mr. Pudewa instead of Chick-fil-A? Or some of those other places that the kids wrote to on the video.
Well, and some of them were following the 5-paragraph model that was part of the Unit 7 assignment. And then some of them seem to be just unsolicited. Hey, I want to write. But, it's interesting. I've been to workshops and seminars where I have felt very enriched by a presentation. And there is that kind of human desire to express gratitude.
Yes.
I'm not normally the one who will stand around the speaker after a talk and wait 10 minutes just so I can say, I really enjoyed your class, I really enjoyed the talk. That's not my tendency. But I do notice inside there is that desire to say, hey, Thank you. I appreciated this a lot.
Yep.
And I think that's, kids are experiencing that as well.
So why don't you start?
Okay, so here's one that I received less than a month ago. Dear Mr. Pudewa, hi, my name is Raya. I'm 9 years old, turning 10 soon, and I live in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. I like to sing, dance, swim, horseback ride, play soccer, and write. I'm also an online student of IEW. End of first paragraph. Although I have already finished the curriculum, I'm writing this letter to you out of gratitude. You taught me so many things about writing. My boring stories are behind me, thanks to your help. My mom decided to do homeschooling this year of 2020 to 2021. I am lucky she found out about IEW. I would like to do the 2021 summer workshop, but I think I live too far away. Can you do a Zoom call of it? That would be exciting. Of course, I did write back to her and told her about the online conference that we did just recently. If you could write me back, that would make me so happy. But if you don't, I understand. You must be very busy. Thank you, Mr. Pudawa. Sincerely, Raya. She gave me a pronunciation code for her name, which I think probably it's pronounced Raya.
Oh, okay.
RAE-UH.
Okay.
PS 1.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, I didn't do the third body paragraph. 2. I have sent you my end-of-the-year essay. I hope you like it. So you remember how in the last week we had the kids
Oh, right. Before
write
and after.
the same prompt they did at the beginning. And this girl being 9, I'm assuming she did level A.
And there was no beginning of the year prompt for level A.
Yeah, it
for
was
the
just
first year.
what she learned.
Oh, nice.
I think it was, what did you learn
Right.
out of this class? So she wrote about one paragraph. Institute for Excellence in Writing has helped me become a fantastic writer. Before them, I was writing stories with no clauses, no ly adverbs, no excitement. But now I write thrilling, intriguing tales that make me want to jump with happiness. I've learned the importance of punctuation, topics, and keyword outlines. I finally realized that writing isn't work, it's exciting. IEW taught me that writing leads to new adventures you'd never thought you'd have. Thank you, IEW, for giving me this gift.
Wow, that was awesome.
I like the fact that she, is putting us all there
Right?
to IEW because
Exactly.
it certainly was a massive team effort.
Yes, it was.
All right, so that was my first one.
Okay, so I have a letter from a school teacher.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So we do have a schools division, and we're serving many, many hundreds of teachers in many, many full-time schools across the United States and around the world. I really love the IEW program. We are currently in Unit 3, and everything is progressing beautifully. I already see my students internalizing the dress-ups in their retelling and their writing. Although it has been challenging, I love that she started with an although, right?
Yes.
She must be up that far in the dress-ups. Openers. Although it has been challenging, I am fully committed to seeing it through. I know it is primarily to help our students become better writers, but I feel as though I've been the one who has learned the most. Every day, I go to work eager and excited to get started and see my students become confident in their writing ability. Thank you so much for all the support and encouragement that you guys provide. It is very much appreciated. I will certainly keep in touch and let you know how the rest of the year unfolds.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I love this about our schools division. There's a lot of writing curriculum options out there, especially for full-time school teachers, and we know that. But we also know that learning the structure and style methodology is a little bit different than everybody else, and they need that ongoing support and encouragement. And we're right there helping them. The educational consultants often send emails, hey, how's it going? How can I help? So I just love that coaching aspect that's in our schools division.
Well, and, these two letters are kind of showing the same thing from different sides of the coin. This girl, Rhea, she is happy because of the results she got, the
exactly.
things she learned. This teacher is happy because her students are getting the good results.
Yep, exactly.
And if that's your goal, which I'm assuming it is for almost all parents, teachers, everybody, then it's particularly gratifying when we hear,
Yes.
aha, we've helped you reach that
Yes.
goal. All right, so a brother and a sister.
Oh, okay.
The sister, who I'm pretty sure is older, wrote, Dear Andrew Pudawa, I have enjoyed doing IEW and like to write stories. One of my favorite stories that I have read is Heidi. I like to write poems, but I haven't written a story by myself yet, though I have started. The story I sent you is an IEW story written from a keyword outline. I sent you the copied writing, King Midas and the Golden Touch. I think it would be cool if you wrote back, but you do not have to.
Oh, that's nice.
If you do, just send it to, and then she put her address, Sincerely, Hannah.
Aw.
I think that's very sensitive of both these kids, maybe with coaching from their mom. Like, do you think he'll write back?
Right.
Well, he's probably a busy person.
Yes.
Of course, I have written back to everyone who's written to me
Oh, wow.
on a special little set of note cards that I bought from a homeschooling family that had done watercolors and created a little note card business.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I'm running out.
Oh, dear.
And the kids are grown up and they don't do their little business anymore. So I don't know. But now the brother, he must have got inspired by watching his sister write this. But I'm particularly impressed because he underlined his dress-up techniques.
Nice.
Andrew Pudewa. No dear, just
No.
Andrew Pudewa. This is a boy.
Yes,
Right? Business-like. I really like the IEW classes, which is my favorite part of school, especially the rough draft. I've always wanted to write a seriously long story because I might be an author when I grow up. I am 8 years old.
Aw.
To Andrew Pudewa from Peric, and then he put his address
Aw.
as well. So those came together, brother and sister. So again, it's kind of a nice example of how one may have motivated the other,
Right.
and they
Right.
both had a chance to do that.
Right. Okay, my turn. This
All
is
right.
an email from Laura. She says, I went to public school as a child and felt like I didn't learn grammar until I took Spanish in high school. You talk about that a little bit.
Yes,
Learning
yeah.
foreign language helps with grammar. I wanted better for my children, so we homeschooled and have started IEW's Fix-It Grammar. I am learning as much as my kiddos. I love that it isn't too long and the repetition is super helpful. So there's a plug for Fix-It Grammar.
Yes, I've heard that of parents saying, wow, I never knew that
Right?
until I started teaching this to my kids. In fact, I think possibly one of the most common side benefits of becoming a teacher or a homeschool parent is you get to learn all those things that you didn't really learn so well when you were young.
That is so true. That is so true.
And grammar would fall in that category.
Yes.
We were just before starting to record this podcast talking with our podcast technician,
Yes.
who is a college student,
Yes.
although she's smarter than almost all college students, but she's still the age of a college student, about dramatic openings, right? The attention getter.
Right.
So here's one for you.
Okay.
Dear Mr. Pudewa, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations on being the lucky recipient of my week 19 letter from level B1.
Nice.
Because you're the best writing teacher I've ever had, I've learned so much from you. I'm a 7th grade homeschooler using SSS for the first time. English, which was never my favorite subject, was dull and boring until you came along. I had expected to suffer week after week under the watchful eye of my mother and you. Now I look forward to watching your recordings and hearing your goofy jokes each week. I also learned so many useful tips while having an enjoyable time in class. Since I've started this wonderful writing program, my essays have improved tremendously. So now that was the introduction.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a
Okay.
5-paragraph formal
Right.
letter. And so you could almost hear the topics.
Yep.
So first body paragraph. Because writing requires great concentration, it trains the mind to have this useful skill in life. Writing, which takes time and energy, is not an easy thing to do well, although with an exceptional teacher like yourself, dull, dreary writing lessons are now a thing of my past. Your delightfully entertaining lessons are preparing me to stand out in high school and college. After college, my excellent writing will help me get a superb job. I'm sure I'll use your SSS skills for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Well, that's very forward thinking
Yeah, I know, right?
for a middle school
Right?
student. Third paragraph. Since writing can be difficult for many children, which can cause long-term aversion, teachers should try their best to make it entertaining. I always look forward to hearing your hilarious,
Jokes.
which grab my attention. I'm absolutely intrigued by your interesting list of never-ending colorful adverbs and adjectives. Because I live in California, sadly, I cannot attend your writing program in person, but I definitely wish I could. Writing class is such a joy when we have fun. Now we're on the 4th paragraph.
Okay.
So this would be the 3rd topic.
Great.
Now that I've started using your SSS program, I have also developed a love for writing. None of the other schools I attended ever used such a magnificent writing curriculum. I am now homeschooling with my mother, who was an English major, and she chose SSS. I really wasn't looking forward to opening that astoundingly fat notebook of 24 dreadful weeks of torture and sadness. But shockingly, you have surprised me with your wit and friendliness. Because I learned how to use your keyword outlines, the topic clincher rule, and the checklist, writing is so much easier than I ever expected. I'm sure that when I get into high school, writing classes will be a breeze, and I'm going to excel in something I enjoy. Concluding paragraph. Although you live in Oklahoma, I hope you will read this letter, which I worked very hard on for this entire week. My mother and I will definitely use SSS Level B2 next year. You have piqued my curiosity in every class with your jokes and exquisite use of language. Thank you, Mr. Pudewa, for helping me discover my love of writing and for teaching me how to do it so vividly and precisely. Warm regards, Tess.
Aw,
That's
very
pretty
sweet.
good.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
I do believe that she worked hard on that. And she had, I'm sure, some editing assistance from her English major mother.
Right?
But that is one of the kind of most delightful sorts when you see, aha, everything is there. So,
Good. Very nice. Okay, so I have a letter from Tanya. This gem has been the best investment I have ever made. It's the Teaching, Writing, Structure, and Style teacher training course that she's talking about, the TWSS. Prior to TWSS, we had been working with some really cute books to teach writing. I can't even begin to describe the daily meltdowns from my very frustrated boys. I couldn't understand how they just didn't get it. And I was even frustrated myself. For Pete's sake, how could a book so full of cute graphics cause so much trouble? Since we embarked on our TWSS writing adventure, my children haven't sprouted a bunch of halos and angel wings when it comes to writing, but they are so much more willing to work through their writing assignments. Their attitudes are now one of empowerment. They are now able to manipulate language to express what they were trying to write about. They are writing far beyond what I would have expected for their ages, 6, 9, and 11. Now, all of that time wasted in meltdowns is more constructively spent, outside of building zip lines from pulleys and playing capture the flag. For me, I have developed feelings of satisfaction knowing that I have equipped my children with something extremely powerful, the ability to put their own thoughts and ideas onto paper. Wow.
wonderful.
Boy, Mom. Good girl, Tanya.
Yep. And it is funny how the book looks so good. It's so cute.
And in full color, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boys are just like, no.
Right?
Give me a system.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell me what to do.
Well, I have one last one here. And this also, I believe, is in response to the week where I had them write the letter. This, I'm pretty sure, this is level A.
Okay.
And we recently had a Ask Andrew Anything, and someone asked, how do I teach multiple age groups?
Yep.
So here's an answer.
Okay, here we go.
A little bit of an answer to
From
that
a student. Okay.
Dear Mr. Pudewa, also, someone is worrying about using the checklist and the models being cookie cutter writing. Okay, this is not cookie cutter. Dear Mr. Pudewa, and there he was, speedily running in place. Then he quickly changed to sneaking about mischievously. Why is someone doing this, and who is this man? This is Andrew Pudewa, and he is acting out such strange things because he is acting out ly adverbs for his penning class. I am Lillian, and I am 12 years old and live in Tulsa.
Oh, nice.
I recently watched the penultimate video in the Year 1 Level A Structure and Style IEW course. Now, she's 12 years old, but Level A, we would say grade 3 to 5.
Right. So maybe,
But
8 to 10.
Yeah. During this letter, I would like to start with a bit about me, and then I will state what I enjoyed about this class and end with a thank you.
Oh.
So, again, you can hear the 3 topics very nicely. As I said before, I am 12 years of age, and my name is Lillian, and I love making tales of fictional people. I adore the color pink, mac and cheese, and rabbits, which I have 2 of. I have been doing this course with my younger brother Gabe, who is 10, and friend Elsie, who is 9. While beholding your videos, you might ask for someone to answer a question. When I would raise my hand, you unfortunately never seemed to call on me.
Aw.
It was always very disappointing.
That's really cute.
The long Monday afternoons, filled with writing and humorous jokes, may have been hard at times, but I soon got used to it and later enjoyed some time with my mom and Mrs. Katie, Elsie's mom. Sometimes, though, the kid in me comes out like it does sometimes, and I go play with the other children. I have one younger sister named Rosie who is 6, and the Johnsons have one other daughter named Clara who is 5. Inside my head is a mess of stories and will be for eons. But because of IEW, I believe that I will be able to write down these stories in a much neater and superior way. This year of IEW has been exciting for many reasons, even through the pains and mountains. The very hilarious and zany jokes have given me a smile at the beginning of the lessons, and then the facetious remarks are something that makes your lessons just a tad bit more enjoyable. On the personal side of enjoyment, the assignments have been, in a way, utterly lovable because I am a very imaginative girl, so I was very triumphal at the fictional units.
Nice.
Though I may be very imaginative, I also adore getting to research whatever topic I am learning about. Because I am an older student taking a younger person class, I have challenged myself to write/type up a longer or more in-depth paper with more detail. I have overall enjoyed this class, besides when the assignments were hard and much too challenging, and even then those were few. So that's interesting. You know, she knows that everyone on the video and the 2 kids she's doing this with in her house are younger by a couple years, which is a lot when you're 12. But she decided to challenge herself. And that's kind of along the lines of, you know, how I've said every kid's goal is to, like, grow up. I want to be more than I am. Okay, here we go. This is the 4th paragraph. I am incredibly thankful for the whole IEW program. I am just finishing the Structure and Style course. She misspelled C-O-A-R-S-E.
Oh.
I just thought maybe that was appropriate, you know, being a course and all. Structure and Style course, which has helped my writing skills immensely, as I have mentioned previously. The Fix-It Grammar has helped my grammar skills exceedingly. The Phonetic Zoo is one of the best and most helpful spelling programs I have ever done because the words on the list are so useful, and the personal spelling list, which may be hard, are also useful. With all of this in mind, I would just like to give you and those who may have helped you establish IEW a Brobdingnagian, you know the word, right? It came up in the recording.
Oh, yes, of course.
Brobdingnagian?
Yes.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Yes.
If I recall, it was Jack who knew that word and had to get it on the banned words list for big.
Yes.
Brobdingnagian, if I'm pronouncing it properly. Thank you for all your hard work. I believe that the same things that have helped me has and will help future children. Once again, a humongous thank you to all of you who made such an awesome program. So that is a bit about me, what I like and who I am, and the day of which I would spend observing the long lessons. What was so incredibly enjoyable were the facts that everyone loved, but also the ones that I myself found intoxicating.
Oh, nice.
In gratitude, your Fix-It Grammar and Spelling have been just amazing and a big help in my grammar and spelling, where my skills were very few, and the Structure and Style has been a humongous help to my education. I would like to give a ginormous thank you to you and everyone who helped you create the IEW program, because I am so fabulously thankful for this year of IEW. Sincerely, Lillian, P.S.
Okay, Lillian.
I believe that IEW should stand for I Eat Walruses. That's pretty random.
We'll consider that, Lillian. Okay.
But she obviously exhausted the synonyms for big.
Oh, I see.
In writing that one.
Yes, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
That's very
so
sweet.
that's my last one for today.
Okay. Well, because yours was so long, I want to read 3 short ones. Is that okay? Okay. So I'll read one from Julie. And it's not for me, but for some reason my eye jumped to this one. And then I read it and decided I needed to read it to you listeners and to you, Andrew. I love this program! Exclamation point. See, she already sounds like me. But she sounds like the school teacher, so here we go. Most schools require writing from their students, but don't teach them how. The Institute for Excellence in Writing provides teachers and students with a logical, easy-to-follow, step-by-step process to writing excellence. This is really good. I mean, this really could have been something I wrote. She's simplifying this so nice.
Yeah.
The secret formula for beautiful writing is finally revealed. I used to dread writing, as did my students, but this program has made writing a joy for all of us. Julie. So, Julie.
Her name is Julie?
Her name is Julie. And Julie, when you hear this on a podcast, please contact me. And I will have you help me write some marketing copy because it's so good. It's so good. So I have another one this was actually written to one of our educational consultants in our schools division, Beth O'Connor. She says, Ms. O'Connor, over the years, our school has struggled with writing. Many of our students come from challenged backgrounds, and frankly, writing has not been in the forefront of our teachers' attention. This year, I asked one of my 5th grade teachers to pilot the IEW program and immediately noticed a change in students' performance. In the past, our students have consistently scored at or below the average on the 5th grade writing predictor. I decided to attend this year's scoring session with staff from other schools to see how our students compared. After all the papers were scored, we engaged in a debrief regarding our experience. Several of the teachers asked what we'd done differently as our papers were among the best. In fact, several of our students, including one of our learning disabled students, received a perfect score. I was very proud to share that the only change we'd made was the implementation of the IEW writing program. Thanks to all of you for an excellent program that gives results.
Wow.
I know, that's incredible.
Well,
huh?
when you see what you would have a kid who's labeled, I guess, special needs, doing a paper on a standardized test and getting a perfect score, that's got to just bring joy to everyone. Administrators, teachers, parents, and mostly just think of the tremendous boost to the child himself or herself.
Yeah, exactly. I have one more. It's very short.
Okay.
I love this program. I can't wait to see what future weeks bring. And that's a mom, Felicia, on the Structure and Style for Students.
It's nice. And this is just, of course, a smattering of the letters that we receive. And I hope that the listeners got at least a little bit of a chuckle. Some of those kids, people worry about, is it going to be mechanical cookie cutters? Everyone going to do the same? But, by week 19, they're just so different. And the kids themselves realize that the vocabulary and the techniques are letting them do things they never would have been able to do without that. So it is a delight.
Yep. It's really fun to get these letters. So keep them coming, and we'll share some more in a future episode. So thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to our podcast in iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or Spotify, or just visit us each week at iew.com/podcasts. Here you can also find show notes and relevant links from today's broadcast. One last thing, would you mind going to iTunes to rate and review our podcast? This really helps other smart, caring listeners like you find us. Thanks so much.